Why, good morning. If you couldn't tell, it is very early right now, like 6:15 in the morning early. But I'm about to head out to head over to Dollywood. This will be great. I haven't actually been to the park since opening weekend. It's been about a month at this point, so will be very fun to get back. If you're wondering where I'm going so early, today is Lightning Rod Roundup 2025, a coaster enthusiast event put on by Coaster Crew. I'm very excited. I have not been to a coaster enthusiast event in well over a year now. I think it was Smoky Mountain Christmas 2023 that American Coaster Enthusiast Ace does. I usually go to that every year. I wasn't able to go in 2024 for other reasons, so I'm very excited to get back to an event. Again, I've only really done events before with Ace, American Coaster Enthusiast, which are like the biggest coaster enthusiast organization. Coaster Crew is a bit of a smaller one I haven't done anything with before, but Ace tends to be a lot of like kind of older people, not in a bad way, but Coaster Crew, from what I've heard, should be a lot more kind of younger people, so maybe a little bit more of my demographic to like hang out with. But we'll definitely see when I get there. Got a really exciting, fun-filled day, but we do have to get to the park around 7:30, which is why I'm leaving so early. But we'll get a backstage tour of Mystery Mine, which I've been wanting to get for a long time. We get to kind of walk behind Lightning Rod while it's operating and get some cool views from the other side of that hill. Hot chocolate and cinnamon bread bar, ERT, all the good stuff. It looks like it's going to be a really fun event. So thank you so much for Coaster Crew for organizing this. And thank you so much to Dollywood for having us. They always do fantastic hosting coaster clubs for coaster enthusiast events. They're very good about that. So thank you, Dollywood. Y'all always treat us very well. All right, check this out. It appears we are heading up into the new parking lot. So I don't know if it's completely done yet, but I'm driving up a new road for sure. This was not here before, so this is fun. Yeah, so here it is. I guess it is completed. Welcome to Lot F. We actually get to go to preferred parking for this event, which is right up here past the fence. Yeah, so for most of the events, we get to park up in the preferred parking lot, which is on top of a hill above the regular parking lot. So I don't really ever do this other than coaster events because it costs extra, but you should get some cool views of Lightning Rod on the hill up there. Really crazy looking. Right next to Thunderhead here. Big Bear Mountain over there to the left. It's a little bit colder this morning, but I got a Lightning Rod sweatshirt that I got. I don't remember when I got this, but yeah, that's definitely helps. But yeah, it's not too cold, but it is a little colder than it has been the last couple weeks. So. We got free stuff. All right, so we're about to get our Mystery Mine tour. Yep. Hey, they turned on the bird animatronic. That was not on when we came up here a second ago. It is very odd to see the park this empty, especially this part of it. But yeah, Mystery Mine tour was very cool. It just kind of walked us through kind of all the areas except for like where the second lift is, but I don't think they really ever take people up to where the second lift is because it's just a little harder to get to and cramped. They took us all around the first dark ride section, first lift, maintenance area. Even got to see the control panel, so that's very cool. All right, ready to breakfast now.
Quick cues for us from later.
So chill. Dragonfire spot.
All right, so we were supposed to get first ride of the day on Mystery Mine, but unfortunately it is too cold for Mystery Mine to operate right now. It should be open in like an hour or so. But right now it's 39 degrees. I know, the middle of April, it's 39 degrees in the morning. But hey, it just be like that sometimes. It's extra funny because it was about 85 degrees here last Saturday, 85, and the high for today is like 50 even. So that's weird. Anyways, we're going to get first ride of the day, or they're going to give us first ride of the day on Big Bear Mountain instead, since Mystery Mine is not able to open because of the temperature. And unfortunately, we were just informed that we are not allowed to post anything that we got pictures or video wise from the Mystery Mine tour, so that's why I didn't show that. But I don't make the rules and got to respect the rules, but we're allowed to like show them to other people but can't post them online. So if any of you all end up meeting me and you want to see the pictures and videos from the Mystery Mine tour, let me know. I'll pull them up, but you got to see me in person. Yeah, we had about an hour for breakfast, or over an hour for breakfast, which was interesting, but got to talk to a lot of fun people. Everybody here is very, very personable, very good. I think I do like the group a little bit better than the typical Ace crowd, which is nothing against Ace. It's just kind of, you know, a different kind of group. But anyways. You know, it's really weird walking through this queue. I noticed something was off. They haven't turned on any of the music, or like normally Ned Oakley's like telling stories in here. No audio turned on yet. It is completely silent. It's just very weird. I don't know if I like it very much, but I'm going to get first ride of the day, so there's not even anybody in the station employee-wise. We're just here. I'm surprised they left the front gate open. All right, we should have first ride of the day on Big Red Mountain. It's very cold this morning, so much colder than I expected. It's like 40 even right now, but no, we got a first ride of the day. It's really fun. It's running pretty slow. I'll say that, pretty slow. But lots of people on the train from Coaster Crew. It was their first time riding, and everybody was pretty impressed, even though it was running pretty slow. Everybody seemed to love it. So hope that people enjoy it. Maybe later today when it warms up a bit. Well, I might as well go ahead and do Dragonflyer while I'm here, and it doesn't really have a wait. I think some of the other Coaster Crew guys went in there too. So, oh, I forget Dragonflyer has heaters in the queue. Most rides here do not, so that's very nice. All right, it's about 10:30-ish. Mystery Mine still hasn't opened the queue yet. Some people are waiting for it, but we have to be in Country Fair for our Lightning Rod tour in like 20 minutes, so I might not mess with it. I don't know. They were testing a second ago.
Wasn't drooling on my feathers, was I? I drool in my sleep sometimes. Eating at the Potato Shack has the same effect. Just kidding. Actually, I didn't get a wink of sleep last night. Seems me and the missus had a little disagreement. I've always said our relationship is built on trust and understanding. She doesn't trust me, and I don't understand her. And my mama once told me, Buzz, if you want your wife to pay attention to every word you say, talk in your sleep. Then she said, I know your wife has a great sense of humor. She married you, didn't she?
I was gonna hop on Thunderhead real quick, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it in time. That could be like a 20-minute wait, but we also gotta be over there in 20 minutes, so I'm not gonna mess with it.
No, this is where we get ready for the college ride.
All right, just finished up our about hour-long tour of, or I guess tour is not the right word, hour-long walk up to the top of the hill by Lightning Rod. Very cool tour. Unfortunately, I can't really show you anything because they did explicitly ask us a couple different times to not share anything from our tours on social media. I totally understand why the park doesn't want us to share behind-the-scenes stuff. It's kind of just a special thing for being a part of a coaster club, which I guess is, you know, the other thing is just check the events calendars for Ace, for Coaster Crew, stuff like that. When you see events like this, just join the club and do them. And, you know, you don't have to be a special person. Anybody can sign up. But anyways, it was a very cool tour, and I'm very happy and very thankful that they included that as well as the Mystery Mine tour this morning. Those two really cool tours in one day. But basically, they took us out the gate behind Country Fair, and then there's like a gravel road, service road behind the train maintenance building, which over there is also Dollywood's mailroom. If for some reason you wanted to know where the mailroom is, it's back there. Anyways, back behind there, there's this really, really steep, it is quite a hike. It's a really, really steep gravel hill that went all the way up to like the top of the hill over by Lightning Rod, and then you were kind of overlooking the part where it kind of goes down into the valley there. You can find videos of this online all over the place if you look. Again, I'm just being respectful of the rules and not sharing. But it was a very cool, it's definitely really cool to see in person, even if you've seen videos of that online. It's hard to describe. Again, even if you've seen videos online, I would definitely recommend, if you have the chance to attend an event like this and do that tour, definitely do it, because it's super cool. The scale of it when you're up there, like as big as Lightning Rod feels while you're on it, when you're up on the hill actually looking at it, it's even so much bigger than you think it is while you're on it. It is a massive ride. That first wave turn is like 150 feet tall, just that wave turn. It's insane. Luckily, they did get it back up and running because it was broken down for most of the morning. They got it back up and running so we could see some trains going on it, and it appears to have just broken down again. So it happens, but I was gonna go look, but... Yep, the sign is listed as temporarily closed and they're sending empty trains right now, so I'll come back to this later. Hopefully I can get a ride on it because I haven't gotten to ride it this year yet. It was closed the entirety of opening weekend. So yeah, we stayed up there for 30 or 45 minutes, then we came back down the hill. It's quite the hike up there. You can see from here because we started at that level and it's just a gravel road that goes all the way up to the top of that hill there. It's quite the hike. It is quite the hike. But the views were very rewarding, definitely worth it. Oh, and then when we finished the tour, they gave us these ride re-entry passes that allow us to use the time saver line on the attraction once. I assume that was because we were supposed to get a ride or two on Mystery Mine before the park opened this morning, and that didn't happen because it was too cold. So I assume that's why we got those. Either way, I'm not complaining. That is something I can certainly say about Dollywood at these coaster events. This is the third coaster enthusiast event I've been to here. I came to Ace Smoky Mountain Coaster Fest twice, and then this Coaster Crew Lightning Rod Roundup once. And they always take such good care of us for these enthusiast events. I really appreciate it. I went to Market Square, got this potato skillet. They always have either the potato skillet or the sausage sandwich there. And they always do like different ones for the different seasons. So right now we got a cabbage skillet. So you can see it's cabbage, bell peppers, potatoes, and sausage in there. Also, since it's pretty cold this morning, decided to try their peanut butter hot chocolate. I don't know if that's good or not. We'll see. I do really miss when these portions were larger. They used to be so much bigger. There was a point where they were depressingly small, and they've gotten a little bit larger again since then. It's still nothing compared to how big they used to be, and that's sad. Still testing empty. I don't know what's up with that. Anyhow, I figured I'd go see how long the train line is. The next departure is in 45 minutes. So I don't really want to wait 45 minutes for the train, but at the same time, I do really want to ride the train today, get some good views of the 2026 construction site, because it does look like they've made a lot of progress on that. It'll be interesting to check out. So this is new. There's a sign in the middle of the village telling you to go down to the end for Country Fair. You can't use the old entrance anymore. So that's interesting.
That's nothing to do with it.
Here we go. Y'all wave to Haley and Hiram out there, the station master Hiram and Haley the depot master. Going near the Smoky Mountains. Bye, y'all. Have a good time in Dollywood. We're out of here. Bye-bye. Still, that's known as Jerusalem. Well, that's where they make that good homemade cinnamon loaf bread. I tell you, gonna buy 2 loaves. Call me. We'll go right to out for the car. Well, now folks, I'd like to introduce you to somebody that, well, that was introduced Cindy, and her name is Cinderella. Now, I know y'all looking over on the right side quarters, what in the world's going on there? Well, let me tell you, this Dolly Parton here opened with, she lost her diamond ring. Thank God, all done just try to find her diamond ring. Some good memories with your family and friends. Hey, I believe they're trying to outrun us, sir.
It's not that terribly cold out. I'm just cold enough to be uncomfortable. But anyways, very awesome ride on the train as always. That is a great train though, and it's really pretty. So yeah, it's been a while since the last few times I've done the train, it's been like winter time, so there's nothing bloomed. So it is definitely nice to be on the train when it's you know, there's actually plants up and stuff. So it's green. That's the words I was looking for. Everything's very green today, which is nice. Lightning Rod's back open, so I'll go do that. But yeah, they've made significant progress on the 2026 attraction. The weird thing is they've started digging, I guess, to put in foundations and stuff, but they're digging in a different spot than I thought the building was going. So that's a little bit odd, but you know, I guess we'll see when the actual structure starts going up and stuff. But yeah, train took a little longer than I expected because I had to wait. I went early to make sure I got a spot, which I apparently didn't need to do. But it's still only about 1:30 now. Got until 7, or at least the coaster crew. The next coaster crew thing is at 7, which is the cinnamon bread social with hot chocolate bar. But that runs from 7 to 8, so I could probably be a few minutes late to that if I need to be, so I'm not too concerned. But yeah, Lightning Rod is back open. Posted a 30-minute wait, but it's filling out in the queue. So I assume they just haven't opened overflow queues yet. We'll see. I've not been up in this queue in a long time, at least this part of the queue. But it does look like they're running 2 trains today, so hopefully it won't be too bad. Nope, okay. They have not filled this queue. Okay, but they are using these switchbacks. I don't understand this.
Probably didn't waste it.
That's good. It's actually running a little bit faster than I expected. Still not super fast. You can still definitely tell it's cold outside. I mean, it's like 50 degrees Fahrenheit now, so it's much better, especially with the sun shining. It's actually a comfortable temperature, but yeah, no, it's good. It's good. I still feel like I've ridden it too much. Like, it's gone from my #1 coaster to something that I just kind of ride, and I'm like, yeah, that's really good. It doesn't really, I don't know, I don't get off it anymore like, oh my gosh, the way I do with like Thunderhead and stuff. So I think I've just ridden it too much. I've gotten too used to the ride. I've ridden it like almost 200 times by this point. And since I've been complaining that a lot of Dollywood wait times have been inaccurate lately, I waited about 33 minutes for that on a posted 30. So that's like right in line with what you'd expect. That's like a margin of error. So also shout out to Lightning Rod's crew for really keeping the trains moving. They were rolling trains pretty much every time, or at least dispatching within 4 or 5 seconds of the other train parking. Which isn't really a huge deal because Lightning Rod does have like pseudo multi-move now when they did the chin lift upgrade, so that definitely helps a lot. The train off the brake run starts moving before the other train has actually finished leaving the station, so that's super helpful for keeping making up for lost time when they do stack. Alright, so we are supposed to get ERT on Lightning Rod tonight, so I'm not going to try to ride it again during the day today. I just wanted to get at least one ride during the day because I haven't gotten to ride it this season yet. Like I said, it was closed the entirety of opening weekend this year, unfortunately, and the second train was not back for rebuild yet, so it's good to see that it is now. So yeah, hopefully we'll get some good night rides on Lightning Rod tonight. Although I am glad I got that one ride in because it's been very, very temperamental today. I'd say it's been down more than it's been up today, or it's definitely been down more than it's been up today. There is a chance it could go down again during our ERT or before our ERT. I believe we were told the backup is Thunderhead, which is fine with me. If Lightning Rod is down during our ERT, we'll get our ERT on Thunderhead instead. And that'll be a great as well. Actually, I might rather have Thunderhead and ERT today, to be completely honest. But, you know, the event is Lightning Rod Roundup, so gotta have the Lightning Rod ERT in there. Gosh, Thunderhead's loud. First, I'm gonna grab some pizza. And I know I just got lunch, but I'm still hungry for some reason, so. I just wanted to note, so you guys see this open, that again, Lumberjacks miraculously still has its freestyle machines. I don't know how, but Lumberjacks Pizza has been the last place in the park that still has freestyle machines for a long time now, several years now, and I figured this would be the year they finally got rid of them. No, apparently not. Somehow they're still here. I don't know how. Anyways, here's a Lumberjack Pizza. I'm really hungry today, which is not good for my wallet. Pizza's good, but it's not cut very well today, so it's not really tearing very well. Those are some of the slowest food ops I've seen at this park in a while, though. I waited a long time for food. They just weren't staffed properly. I feel bad for the one lady that's having to take all the orders. I feel like this fence here it definitely was not here before. I don't really know why it's here though. I don't know.
55 miles per hour. Over 100 cells 30 times. Those who ride the Thunderhead will
Yeah, no, ride-wise, that might be my favorite coaster in Dollywood still. It's really good. I struggle just because I had Lightning Rod as my #1 overall for so long, but it's just not what it used to be, honestly. Thunderhead still gets me every time. Mystery Mine's posted at 40 minutes, but this queue looks a lot less than 45 minutes unless they're not running at full capacity, so we'll find out.
I think it's
Okay, so I want to check
one at King's Tower, King's Island.
Oh, they do go in. They do go
Well, I mean, I think about
They were also only running 5 trains for some reason. They normally run 6. I believe the ride is capable of running 7, but they usually have at least 1 in rebuild at a time. So you normally run it with 6, but so yeah, they were running like the double load station with 5 trains. And when you run it's just kind of weird when you run the double load station with an odd number of trains, because you have the weird thing where like if you dispatch in rear load, then you unload in front load. But if you dispatch in front position, you come back in rear position, just because that's how it works out when there's an odd number of trains. So that's a little strange. And it was definitely bottlenecking them. They're moving pretty fast, but they kept running into where they would have only 1 train in the station, have it completely checked and ready to go, but then they have to wait for the other train to get back, park and rear load, unload and then reload, check that one, all while the already checked train is just kind of sitting there. So it's a little odd, but ride-wise, that is the best that Mystery Mine has run in quite some time for me. I was in a front row seat on train 6, I think, and it was very, very smooth. Like probably the smoothest ride I've ever gotten in Mystery Mine. Barely any jolts. All of the effects were working. It was pretty much perfect ride in terms of the effects, including the fire at the top of lift 2. So all around a great ride. Yeah. If you watch this channel a lot, you'll know I really like some good theming, or at least some good atmosphere, but definitely good theming. Theming never hurt a ride. I've never ridden a ride and been like, man, I wish there was less theming. Mystery Mine is, in my opinion, the best job Dollywood ever did trying to theme up a ride. It is really impressive, really cool, short but cool dark ride sections. Some set pieces, especially in like, you know, the whole facade on the outside that are particularly impressive for a regional theme park like this. Overall, just really love that, and I really hope they don't touch it anytime soon. I just came back there to record construction update stuff. Unfortunately, I did not get near enough sleep last night, which is totally my own fault. I just chose to stay up stupidly late and didn't really think about it. So the lack of sleep is really catching up to me now, and this event lasts until 9, and then I have to drive home. But it'll be all right. When we get to the cinnamon bread social, I'm gonna eat a ton of cinnamon bread and drink a bunch of hot chocolate and hope that the sugar keeps me going enough to get home. I'll be fine. I kind of did want to do Big Bear Mountain again at least, but unfortunately Big Bear Mountain and Dragonflyer both have well over hour waits right now, so I will say Big Bear Mountain's crew was hauling. Pretty much all the crews here today other than Thunderhead, which is disappointing because I usually love the Thunderhead crew, but pretty much every crew here today seems to be moving pretty fast, managing the crowds pretty well, which is good. It's not even that terribly crowded, like all things considered. It was cold this morning, but it's warmed up a bit now. We're in the 50s with the sun shining, so you know, with a sweatshirt it feels pretty good out right now actually. And you know, for being a Saturday in April, it's not terribly crowded, but most of the rides still do have about 4 to 5 minute to hour waits at the moment, which sounds pretty bad, but Dollywood can get to like 2.5 hour waits on everything on the really busy days. The days where like you realize you picked a bad day to go. I'm just finishing up construction update stuff. I'm gonna go look at Blazing Fury just to be sad. Yeah, I'm sad, but as you can see, no update. We got the exact same sign. All right, well, it seems like the lines have died down a decent bit, so I can get some of the other ride. I'm trying to do all the coasters pretty much every time I come now, just because I don't really know right now when my last visit will be before I move. Again, I'm sure I'll be back to this park at some point in the future. It's not like my last time ever, but it'll be my last time for a while. It's gonna be really sad to leave this park behind when I do move. I'm excited about the new job, but you know, I kind of want to ride as many coasters as I can whenever I come here, just because coasters have always been the biggest thing here for me, and I want to make sure that I don't ever miss my chance to grip my last ride on any of the coasters I've been riding at my home park for the last couple of years. They're only running one train, so this is going to be longer than it looks, but I heard the queue was full earlier, so I'll take it.
That's why I love it. Just come by ourselves. We use one of the two. Use that Which is like, most of the time, that's how you get all the way to the front alive. Yeah, if you have just 2 people. How many seats is it? 2 seats. It's a 2-seater.
Well, Tornado was a posted 20 minutes, and I waited exactly 20 minutes, so I guess they finally figured out how to accurately predict the wait time when they're only running one train. So, congrats to them. Unfortunately, that ride just it's a pain to wait for when it's only running one train. Well, any ride's a pain to wait for with one train. But yeah, no, it's a really good ride. I'm glad I did wait for it. It's running really well today. Very smooth. I was near the middle of the train, but very smooth. Very forceful. I'd love to ride again near the back, but I don't really want to wait for it. I do still have the one time saver pass that we got this morning from the event, but that I have not used yet. But I think I'm going to use it on Fire Chaser. But I'm deciding right now if I'm either going to use it on Fire Chaser or to get another ride on Tornado, maybe. Or maybe I'll go use it on Big Bear because that still has like a 45-minute wait. I don't know. But I have to use it within the next like 30 minutes, so. Yeah, no, Wild Eagle's queue is completely empty, which is nice. It never got that terribly crowded today, but it's still emptying out quite a bit, which is interesting because we still got like 2 hours to close. But oh, I guess I can just walk onto the back row. Okay. Okay, I did Wild Eagle twice because it didn't have a line. Did back row on both sides, which I feel like is what I typically do. This gift shop's very crowded. All right, I escaped. I'm gonna go do Fire Chaser, and then it'll be time for Cinnamon Bread Social. I'll probably use the time saver pass I have to skip on Fire Chaser. Although I did notice the time saver pass is valid the entire rest of the season, so I could save it for another day. We'll go see how long the line is real quick. All right, standby line's actually like almost completely empty, so it seems like a waste of that pass. I'm just gonna save that, and I'm sure I'll be back here at least one more time before I move. So I'll save it to use then. Hopefully longer line. That's the line right now. Alright, Fire Chaser done. I did not use my time saver pass, so I'll use that another day. The Fire Chaser was running really smooth actually, because my main problem the last few times I've ridden it has just gotten pretty rough. But that was actually like a butter smooth ride, so I guess just a lot of TLC on that train. Shoot, I didn't check what the train number was. That's okay. There's about an hour till the park closes. However, Cinnamon Bread Social started 5 minutes ago, so I better get up to Red's by Lightning Rod, make sure I get some cinnamon bread before it's gone, meet back up with some other Coaster Crew people, and have some fun conversations. I like that group. It's a good group. Oh yeah, so Lightning Rod is currently down. It's been down for most of the afternoon, so pairing, we might be having our ERT on Thunderhead, which I'd still be fine with, but our ERT may not be Lightning Rod. We'll see. Just about an hour of ERT on Thunderhead. That was great. I didn't really film anything because I was talking to people. All the people here are great. This is a fantastic event for like meeting the kind of people I like to meet. Like really a fun stuff. Just figured I'd show on the way out. This is the new completed parking lot F that you can park in, and here's the road up here. So there you go. Okay, yeah, I would definitely now say that is the best Coaster Enthusiast event I have been to, so thank you so much to Coaster Crew and Tim Holleran for putting that together for us. Thank you to Dollywood for hosting us and always making sure that at any of these Coaster Enthusiast events, Dollywood always, treats the Coaster Club so well, make sure that we have the best times. I really appreciate that. But yeah, nothing against Ace events at all, or nothing against the people at Ace at all, just kind of a personal preference thing, but I definitely liked the general crowd at the Coaster Crew events better. It was more my style, more younger people, more people that are kind of into theme parks and coasters the same way that I am, as opposed to ACU. A lot of times you get a lot more families and older crowd, which is perfectly fine, but if you're looking for more of a different kind of demographic, maybe try out a Coaster Crew thing. They don't do anywhere near as many events as Ace does, but check on their website if there's some you want to go to. Register, go for it. Got to meet so many awesome people today and talk to them a lot during the Cinnamon Bread and Hot Chocolate Social, and then the Thunderhead ERT. We were supposed to get Lightning Rod ERT. The ride went down around 3 p.m. today and then didn't come back up the rest of the day, so that was the end of that. Yeah, Thunderhead ERT was great. I think I did about 8 or 9 rides all over the train. Got to meet all sorts of other enthusiasts, which I really enjoy. I really want to get out into the community and meet more people because, I do most of my park trips by myself, obviously, which is fine. I still really enjoy it. That's why I do it. And sometimes it is nice just to be able to do whatever you want without having to talk to somebody. But I kind of want to get more involved in the community as a whole. So it's definitely fun to meet people. Met some people that I've seen on YouTube before, so it was cool to kind of see them and talk to them in person. And they were all the people I met today were super personable, super nice, super just, great people. So yeah, sorry, that's why there's like big gaps in vlogs for these kinds of events, because whenever I start talking to people, I'm not filming video because, I just find it kind of strange to stick a camera in the face of a person I just met, or even to like ask, do you want to be in the video? I just find that a little awkward personally, so I just usually don't do it. Yeah, I mean, it is kind of a shame that I'm not allowed to post anything from the tours. I already mentioned that. If you are curious, you didn't hear this from me, but just go to YouTube and look up like Mystery Mine behind the scenes tour or like Lightning Rod behind the scenes tour, because I have seen the exact tours that we did today, both of them. I have seen several videos on YouTube of both of those tours in full, like exactly. I'm not going to break the rules since I was explicitly asked not to upload anything, but I'm just saying it's already out there. If you are curious, you can go find it pretty easily, at least as of now. Including the drives, this event's been a 16-hour ordeal on like 4 hours of sleep. So that's kind of wild. But anyways, good night. I hope to catch a ride with you again very soon.